A great institution is characterized first by its people, secondly by its history and legacy, and thirdly by its future orientation. An institution that has a research orientation, an institution that is linked closely, to really empowering teachers. Between a child's hope and a child's fulfillment lies the teacher. Between preparation and the fulfillment of the calling of the vocation lies the teacher.
Essentially, OTE mission is to prepare teachers to meet the need of the 21st century learners. We really want our teachers to not only just transmit knowledge, we want them to be shaper of character, facilitator of learning, and architect of learning environment.
I think NIE, for me, like for most of my peers, was a time of learning. But it was also a time where I unlearned a lot of things, a lot of assumptions I had about students and learning. NIE emphasizes a lot on the theory-practice nexus. Theory without practice is useless because it doesn't enhance or add value to the organization and school that we're teaching in. On the other hand, practice without an understanding of theory means we won't be able to innovate and improve on existing processes and systems in schools.
I think at NIE you really meet people who are very passionate, and you do need to be able to plan good lessons, but beyond that it's really about helping to mold the character of the future students.
In recent times, we have actually embarked on what we call the Teaching Scholars program for aspiring A-level students who are very clear that they want to enter into the core of the teaching profession.
With 4 years, it is possible for us to inculcate the correct value, give them the content mastery, help them understand more about our learners. And I think more importantly, they can do research as well as they go to school 4 times. So there is a very tight interweaving of theory practice.
I think what's very great about NIE is that you know that every single person here wants to be a teacher and is going to be a teacher in the future. And I think there's something about being together with like-minded people. It really bonds us all together, and I think we can really share our frustrations and our joys and even motivate each other when we are feeling jaded or feeling disillusioned. And that's when we can really find comfort in our classmates who are going through similar problems as well.
The mission of GPL is to deliver quality programs in high degrees, professional development, which is in service, as well as leadership learning in a way that's very relevant to the local education landscape as well as the educational landscape beyond. So we have 3 kinds of programs and courses. For higher degrees, we have close to 30 programs and specializations. These include PhD, Doctor in Education, and a whole range of master's degree programs. We also offer milestone program courses for leaders in the education sector.
Leaders in education are people who must firstly believe in education. They are passionate about it, and they are able to influence others to both believe in it and to be passionate about it.
The Leaders in Education program, I find it a very holistic program. It's not only cognitively stimulating, it makes you think about emerging trends, emerging issues. It's all very essential for us to make sense of the complex challenges we face today, as well as to find our own footing as who we are as school leaders.
This office oversees educational research entrusted to us from the Ministry of Education. What we do is we steward and oversee the kinds of research that we would like to promote in Singapore schools.
The research you're doing, the very detailed, close work that you've done over many years now to really understand how teachers teach, why teachers teach, the kind of decisions they make, and now increasingly the work that you're doing looking at networks and how you spread innovations across schools seems to me to be fundamental to learning, not just here in Singapore, but learning around the world about how we improve our school systems.
We have partnership with the Columbia University with the Institute of London. The reason NIE has arrived at this kind of international recognition is basically because of the very innovative, far-sighted and the excellent work that has been done by many of our top educators and colleagues.
Okay, I think that the NI community is very tight-knitted in the sense that all the friends that I had knew each other. It was like a Facebook on campus. Very nice because even the lecturers are as connected to us as we are to each other. So that forms like a big family in that sense. Because it was not just a pursuit of degree or knowledge, but it was more about human interactions, about sharing experiences, and from it shaped your whole person when you prepare to become a teacher, and it's very important for the experience.
Education is about people. It's always about people. They are not robots to be put through a system. Education in the 21st century must educate the whole child and the whole person. Education involves guiding, facilitating inquiry and discovery, as well as shaping and moulding character and values. Remember, effective teachers are not just teachers of the subject. More importantly, we are teachers of the learners.
As a teacher, I would really want to help my students find the joy of learning and help them to realize that learning can be fun. It's not just about exams, and also beyond that, I think I want them to know that they are of value and they are of worth, and they should not find their value in just their exam results. I think that's important, and that's the kind of difference I want to make.
We don't know what the future will bring. We try to plan for it. We act as though we can anticipate it. But the reality is, it's completely unknown. So in essence, you have to prepare leaders who are ready.
The National Institute of Education sits at the crossroads of that journey of improvement in its very good work in selecting and supporting teachers both in their initial preparation as well as in their professional development throughout their journeys.
As educators, we can't be everywhere with our students, but if we give them the roots, the foundation, regardless of what the world has to offer, they keep their values, but they learn other ideas along the way.
See, education is about not just fulfilling learning outcomes and so on, but it is actually about the kind of faith in the learners and always putting hope in the learner. That's what the education is all about. Giving people faith and hope.